It's Sunday, February 3rd. Few minutes until 6 p.m. My name is Elvin, also known as Epoxy, and I'm going to be shoutcasting today's match for the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks A team. This is our Overwatch varsity A team, and today they will be in week 3 of the Overwatch National League and playing against University of Central Florida team Spirit. So, thanks everyone for being able to tune in. This is especially on Super Bowl Sunday, so that's always appreciated. We've got, I think, almost all of the members inside the lobby. So before we get things started, let's take a quick look at what's going to be the map rotation they're playing today. Looks like for today's rotation for week 3, map 1 will be Numbani, map 2 Busan, and map 3 will be Junkertown. The win condition for these teams is the best of 3. There is a tiebreaker map involved. But if we get to that point, then we'll talk about it. Let's take a quick look at the roster for Overwatch A team heading in for today. We have Matthew, the Gumbies, Gombar, Ryan, Alchemisto Lux, and Isaac, Shockwave, Vong Fit as the tanks. Ethan Fox, Kevin, Corey, and McFly Love, also Sean Finnegan as the DPS, and then rounded out by Milton, Par, William Purification, Home Medic, and MoQ respectively as the healers, led by their coaches Pavan and Asim. So I think someone's in the chat with me now, so I'm going to be co-casting today with Asim. And Asim, could you just talk for a bit just so I can make sure your volume's okay? Just give an introduction on yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, so my name's Awesome. Coaching for both A team and B team. Um, I mean, other than that, I play Ana myself, much like a lot of people on the team.
Nice.
I don't know what else I should really say.
No, you're good. You're good. So yeah, thanks for introducing.
Yeah.
So we're gonna jump over. Let's take a quick look at what has been happening for IIT these past few weeks. So, looking at the results. Oh, not this one. Doing it on Google Chrome. So, on week 1, Illinois Tech had a 2-1 week with victories from Valparaiso and Western Iowa Tech. And then on their regional match against University of Northern Iowa, falling 0-2. So really solid team there. So Illinois Tech with their first loss. Then heading into week 2, IIT winning 3-0. All from forfeit wins, unfortunately. Seemed like it was a rough week for a lot of collegiate teams playing. So against Texas State, Texas State's condition was that they had a ineligible player in their 6-man roster, but just in order to get like a good practice session, it was essentially more of a scrim. IIT still played it out, playing it out on 3 maps, still winning it convincingly 3-0. Against Texas Christian University, there was no game held. Same with DePaul University against DPU Mayday. No results there to talk about. Taking a quick look at the B team, they're not going to be. I don't believe we're going to be shoutcasting them today. Last week's match, we had done a shoutcast against Michigan Tech University. Feel free to watch that on our YouTube channel. But for them, they had a few more matches than the A team, winning against Michigan Tech here with a 2-0, and then University of New Haven with a 2-1. So a close best of 3 match there. Their third opponent, San Diego State University, was not present, so that was a forfeit win again for the Scarlet Hawks. So again, we have our 9 members here for Overwatch, and one of the really interesting things with here in our team at IIT is that even though Overwatch is a 6-man game, the coaches have been working hard to kind of be able to interchange these players so that both adapting to the collegiate stress that sometimes not all of those 6 main players might be able to make it, so they're able to be versatile and being able to have different champ picks and availability so that they're able to make their matches on time. Um, So jumping over just to a quick roster breakdown, going first to Ethan Fox, we have him as a second-year mechanical engineer, helping out Illinois Tech Esports as part of the co-director. From St. Charles, Illinois, with his fun fact being a in denial Doomfist one trick. Uh, Moving on, we got Ryan Lusk Alchemisto as one of the tanks for IIT, a third-year chemical engineering from Chicago as well, Illinois. His fun fact: I think he's living in a episode of South Park. We have Isaac Shockwave Q here as a first-year electrical engineer all the way from Collierville, Tennessee. His fun fact is just buy me some bubble tea and I'll pop off. Feel free to follow him on his Instagram at Isaac Longfit. Fourth, we've got Matthew Gumbar, the Gumbies. He is a first-year undecided engineering major, but he also plays for IIT's men's soccer team, all the way.
Also the Fortnite team.
Oh, and also for the Fortnite team. I should mention that. I should change that in the future. All the way in Elburn, Illinois. His fun fact is just follow him on Twitch. He always streams his first player POVs when he's playing in these TESPA matches. So if you feel like you want to be listening to every word that Gumbies is saying and not my melodic voice, feel free to watch him. We've got Kevin Corey, Bladed Banana, from Batesville, Indiana, his second year architecture major. His fun fact is he plays a lot of Genji, so I just straight up pulled out Genji's ult line and put it on there because I don't have any other fun facts about him. Milton Parr, Home Medic, Illinois Tech Overwatch A's captain. He's a third year computer science, so good to see that, if Milton decides to keep playing for one more year, he would likely be the captain again. So he's been leading the team for the past 2 years now, all the way from Chicago, Illinois. His fun fact is stay cool, and he helps out other organizations like Union Board. Moat Q, William Purification, a third-year computer science from the Philippines. His fun fact is I hate Doomfist one tricks. McFly, one of the newer additions here to IIT, Sean Finnegan. He is a third-year electrical engineer from Berwyn, Illinois. His fun fact is that he actually started Overwatch on the console on the Xbox One, and then he transitioned to PC, now playing for the team, and this was actually his first-person shooter that he made that transition from console to PC. Last, rounding out is our sub, Jacob Cordova, also known as General Hoovy. First year computer science, and no fun facts about him. I don't have anything on that. Whoops. Okay. So that'll do it for our rosters. We're going to jump over now back to the Spectate. Again, the first map they're going to be playing is on Numbani. So here we have one of these hybrid kind of maps where it's a combination of assault and escort. So for those that are watching, or for those that are new to Overwatch in this 6v6 encounter, some of these maps have the... Asim, do you want to kind of explain how that goes, since you're better at it than I am?
So just for what's good on each map.
Well, just explain how assault and escort works in here for Numbani.
Right.
Yeah.
So for assault and escort are both so assault hybrid is a combination of assault and escort. Where you have to capture the first point like you do have to do an assault, and then after that you have to escort your payload to the end of the map like you would in escort. The biggest difference is that when you play an escort map, all 3 points are escort points, but hybrid, the first point you have to capture it, and then the other 2 points are the escort points. So and also on escort you can draw, or you can't draw, but on assault, much like or on hybrid, much like assault, you can draw. So there's even though escort and hybrid are very similar in the way that they're played, because the maps are very similar and most of the map is just escorting that payload, there is little bits of assault just put it in there. That's why it's called the hybrid game mode.
All right, well said. So, yeah, I believe Numbani will be first. Busan is going to be map 2, and I believe this is the first time Busan's going to be introduced here for the TESPA. So, interestingly enough, today we're starting at 6 p.m. In the past few weeks, for these Overwatch National Leagues, they've been doing 2 National Leagues and a regional match, so 3 matches total on Sunday evenings, but apparently Now, TESPA for the next few weeks ongoing will only be featuring two games, one national and one regional. So I think in total, do you know how many weeks there are total in the TESPA in this TESPA National League?
There should be 2 more weeks left. So there's 5 weeks total. There's so and that goes for both regional and national. And so after this week, we'll have 2 weeks left, and then they'll follow the same format where there's only two maps rather than the three from the first 2 weeks.
And so, what is the win condition IIT needs here to move on past the National League? Is there a certain win loss requirement? Is there a certain have to be top 30 or 40 schools to go on?
Well, top 64 are the ones that for National League, it's the top 64. They're the ones that get to go to to playoffs. But for regional, it's top six or top 16. Um, it's kind of hard to gauge what the win condition is because of the forfeits from last week. So it's hard to do the math because we're not really entirely sure yet what the consequences are of winning by forfeit. So right now it's hard to do the math on that. But generally, we're not too far off. We're about like 6 or 7 slots away from the top 64. So if we are able to secure some wins, we should be able to end with a playoff run.
Alrighty, sounds good. And I think in terms of the National League, IIT is currently undefeated with finishing off week two, 2-0. So looking to add another notch here on the belt with a 5-0. And I believe that the format of these games are Swiss. So you will only be playing teams that have the same win loss rate. Don't quote me on that. But normally that's been normally kind of what these collegiate organizers like TESPA, like Collegiate Star League, have been trying to adapt so to make sure that the competition is always staying funky and fresh. Uh, so looks like on our Twitch channel, got a lot of viewers today. We got 20 viewers all the way over here. So I think we've been getting a bunch of publish shout outs from IIT's other coach, Pavan Curry, to make UCF watch this game. So that's awesome. Getting reports that I might be a little bit quiet, so I'm going to try to make sure I can improve that. When I raise my mic, I always like get random static, so that seems to always be annoying. But definitely, yeah, continue to give us feedback on the Twitch. We're always going to be watching out for that. Um, but yeah, I think we are hopefully going to get the stream started soon. If not, I'm probably just going to jump into like a waiting screen or something so I don't run out of things to say. Unless there's anything else you want to comment on something that's been going on. Is there anything that we should be expecting that's new or exciting coming out from the comps that you guys have been putting into practice after these past week?
I mean, this week more so than last week, we have been experimenting more with the recent patch, but we're not entirely sure if we're gonna run it because there's a lot of situations to consider, and right now it might just be better to run what we know rather than what we've tried. But it's not out of the question. So what I expect to see um, is running a lot of what we have in the past. And then when we see the situations, we'll run like the new stuff that we've been trying out. But for now, I want to say that just because what we've been comfortable on is working out so well, and we haven't had like the most amount of time to try out new stuff with the new patch, we're gonna be sticking close to what we know.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'm looking at like what Overwatch just released. It looks like Reaper has a nice buff from a 30 to 50% lifesteal. That's yummy. Defense matrix cooldown, so that's a nerf there. Bridget with the maximum duration of her rally to 30 seconds. I don't know if that's an increase or decrease though.
No, it's a decrease because it used to be infinite.
Oh, good, cause that crap is broken. Okay. Yeah, cause I see my Overwatch knowledge. This is why I need co-casters. It's like I do so much work. And okay, I'm not bragging here. I just do a lot of stuff for esports for a bunch of different titles. So I have to still at least know a semblance of what goes on in the game. And so ever since these Overwatch casts, I've been like watching these. I've been watching the Overwatch League, and like just trying to understand how these casters are talking, and just like uh the flow of the game, how they move the map and the camera and how to switch between the first person and third person and all of that stuff. So, which is why one of the statements that I always tell Milton is when he's talking to those college coordinators, just like, can you please ask them to make sure that it's okay for a third person spectate, because casting in first person is the most stressful thing, especially for Overwatch, because you can't see what happens. You can't see if this Widowmaker is going to get like a nice little pick unless you have like a team of 12 other people to just watch everything else and tell you what to do. But this is collegiate, so we try our best. Um, but let's
I'm getting word from Malky saying that your voice is a little quiet.
still. Oh man. All right. All right. Well, there's a 3 minute delay, so I increased it a little bit, but we can try it again, and hopefully it's a little bit better. I'm just hoping that the in-game volume isn't just like completely daunted by my voice. So it's coming in at negative 19.7 decibels. And Overwatch is negative 33.2. So if I'm doing some quick maths right here, that's like a 60% difference right there. All right. So, anyways, I guess we can interact with the chat a bit. We have let's see. Good luck UCF-SPIRIT. All right, he's banned. My team kicked off the team. He's banned. I wish UCF Esports was as good as this. Hey, all right. So now I can get my 2 cents in. All right, this is my plugin. So for people that are watching, that are in college, all right, that are trying to get their esports program going, right? Some that you might not be the like a UCI, a UC Irvine. You might not be like an RMU that have like tons of funding just coming in. You're just like maybe a group of 5, maybe like 10 to 20 guys and gals that want to like get together, play games, do kind of fun things like this, right? The goal when you build your collegiate esports program is don't follow there is no cookie cutter model when it comes to it, right? It's all about trying to find out what makes your unique like facet, your catch in the esports scene. About, we have a really passionate Overwatch team. And it doesn't even have to be game focused. It could be like, our school's really popular with business majors. So all of these guys know a ton of stuff about marketing and finance, right? We're a tech school. So all of our guys, they like build their own computers. They know how to do all of the streaming. So that's why we're kind of able to work really well with our marketing team to create like I'm going to get fined. Dope designs on Twitch to be able to like show this to the public. And you just try to utilize like those qualities that stand out for your college to make your program. And when you're doing events like this, both online, make sure that your community at school is able to support it as well by like by linking a YouTube channel to your parents, or linking the Twitch to your saving the VOD and showing it off to your advisors, so that you guys are able to get that traction. Because a lot of these things that happen is all behind the screen, right? But when you're trying to promote this stuff to your school, right? I mean, they're not going to play the game so they can understand it. They're going to, what are the numbers? How many people do you have in your club? How much money do you need? So doing that kind of research is going to be uh, equally important.
And not to like also to mention like the amount of people that go to your school, like it matters, but it doesn't matter as much as one would think. Because I went to, like, before I came here, I went to UVI for 2 years, and they also had an esports club. And I gotta say, like, the one over here is much more involved and much more organized than the one over there. Even though they're like a, what do you call it? They have a much bigger student population. So a lot of it depends on like how you handle it more than how many people you have.
Yeah, and the management, yeah, you're definitely right. It's equally important in terms of like making sure that you have student leaders that have had experience. Make sure that young guys, young first years and second years that want to start getting involved, you give them these opportunities to start exhibiting their own leadership. Like, hey, they're really passionate about this one project, they want to try it out. So looks like we are jumping into game devs, so we are just going to stop the commentary about collegiate and jump into our first map of the day. So I have changed. I had feedback from last time that I had switched up the collegiate teams. So this time around, I'm having it in the correct spot. So IIT will be on the red side, UCF on blue. So there's that. It looks like this first map will be the blue team pushing, I believe. So don't quote me on that though. I'm gonna have to wait to make sure I have my icons correct.
yeah, I still, I mean, you're the only one that can see third person. I can
Yeah,
only
you're
see
no.
first person.
It's going to actually be UCF that is
I,
going to be defending, and IIT will be on the offense first. So my tank and DPS icons are okay. So that's good. Um,
all right. So it seems I'm not sure whether or not they're serious about running a sim over here, but it seems like they will be showing out or rolling out on goats.
Alrighty, let's see. Make sure that everything's okay. Alright, we're going to be starting to get that timer down now. Try to see how IIT is going to play this out. So, with the Lucio and the Zarya, it's going to be able to get them that movement and shielding that they need. UCF has been setting up a bastion here in the second corner, but as IIT is about to get themselves out here, they're going to be taking the brunt of all of that shield. Reinhardt's shield already about taken down at least to the breaking point, but IIT is going to be meeting them. They're going to be meeting themselves right here on the second floor. Doesn't
Recognize they have to go to high ground first to get that bastion off.
Yep.
If they don't, it'd be a lost fight right there. It almost gets halted off. The Zarya does get picked off right away. They're gonna need to back out. This is just already a lost fight.
Right, so you're right. So UCF quick to adapt to the change, already recognizing that IIT is going to be trying to get themselves up there, instantly shifting to position, putting themselves behind the Orisa shield again. You know, Orisa shield always has a decently low cooldown, so IIT going to have to change things up. We're going to be seeing a shift with the Winston and the Junkrat, so good thing for the splash damage. Winston available with the dive, but it's going to be important that if when he gets in there, he has a team to back himself up. Bladed Banana on that Genji, hopefully if he's going to be able to get a good reflect on the Bastion, could help things out. Going himself first, putting it up, getting a little bit to reflect on, but unfortunately, Fox already being picked out by the Bastion again, and IIT not used to this comp. I don't think I've seen them play against Bastion comps before, so what's been the...
I think it's going to be really important for them to stage a proper dive here. They are already setting up on the high ground with the Winston flanking. I don't really know whether or not that's the best option. I don't think it is. They're going to hug the wall over here. They're going to try to cleave the Bastion, but I think they're going to melt it right away, yeah. There's a little room underneath for the Bastion to see. He does have the LOS. They already used the Nano, but I think they probably should have saved it for now.
So then, yep, the Nano already being used to Ana. Being used on Genji, not really able to get it with the sleep that was from the Ana. Bastion still about half health, still getting healed by the Mercy, but they've already kind of set up three members here. Genji with his Nano Blade available, but falls down to the D.Va. So,
yeah, I'm not really sure why both the dive tanks are setting up for a dive again with the other team dead. Yeah, Domizi is going to get picked off right away. I think what they should be doing right now is staging a dive and then trying to just stay on the top right side and then hope for what do you call it? Just try to find the opportunity, like watch the rotations and then try to find the opportunity. Because right now what they're doing is that they're going into the enemy LOS and then they're getting shredded right away.
Bastion with his ult ready, facing to Winston right first, but D.Va's ult being coupled together. Let's see if he gets any eliminations. 2 kills already going down for UCF. And that will be a third kill going on. IIT not really taking these fights correctly, I don't think. They're like very scattered. I'm not sure if they're playing this dive comp correctly. Any feedback on it, Asim?
Well, the issue isn't only their dives, but also their ult economy. They're already using their ults on boss fights. I think right now they're getting a little too impatient. Like for example, the Pharah's already poking, even though they need to reset. Same thing with the Genji. I think they just really need to stage the dive first. They all just need to get to the high ground and then go in together as a team, rather than just one at a time.
Winston being isolated here will likely fall pretty quickly, but D.Va's the only person being able to contest. Winston jumping himself right in with the Ana, and they get shredded by the Bastion. D.Va going in is not able to get her ult off onto the second platform, but Bastion still up. IIT does not have to answer for the Bastion still, despite their attempts, and we're facing 12 seconds at the point with the 4 members of IIT down. Will likely be looking like IIT will only be able to get that first tick of the game. Winston here with his last chance here, trying to see what he can do just to prevent any damage with not using his ult, but already taken down so quickly with that social ult. It's going to prevent anyone else from coming onto the point. And UCF with a stronghold here for the first map here in the body. So
I think a lot of their issues. Oh, okay, my mic is really open. I think a lot of their issues arise from the fact that they tried to get that Bastion off high ground in the beginning, and that generally was the good call. But UCF had the good rotations. I think at that point they could have went to on the dive, but their dive wasn't working because both their tanks were pretty split apart, and along with that, there was a little bit of tripling going on. It was just really important for them to get on the top right side first, wait for all the cooldowns to be ready, and then go for the actual dive. What they were doing was that they were going on the top right side, their cooldowns weren't ready, and they were already trying to poke it.
gotcha. Yeah, I'm still trying to see if I can fix anything for the stream quality. People, because I'm mixing my desktop audio with your voice and Overwatch, it's probably something leading to that. Uh, I don't think I can change it now though midstream without ruining it, so I'm just gonna have to just keep at it. Sorry about that. Well, we can try. I'm gonna just try to see if I can change the audio input to a sim only. But that would have to make sure I have to get to Overwatch as well. Oh man, the challenges. Yeah, I can't do that now. Sorry about that for the viewers. If after this map one, I'll try to get that fixed before.
I'll lower my mic volume just a
No,
little.
you can increase. You're coming in softer. It's me. It's you have to overpower to Overwatch. I'm putting you at 200%.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. All right. So UCF now on the offense here. Actually, I had to change my icons really quick. So do that real quick.
Alright, it looks like they have a tracer here. They're gonna be running the dive. They're already on point. Zarya's gonna jump down right away, but the D.Va's gonna go take advantage of the high ground that she's just given up. Tracer seems to be harassing the backline. They're trying to keep Ryan alive here. The Genji might die. IIT getting 2 picks here, but there seems to be a lot of trades going on. It's gonna be really important for them to get the D.Va out right away. They do. Now they need to focus this monkey down.
Bridget going down here now. So IIT's tanks, UCS tanks still providing a lot of harass. That Winston not going down yet. Lucio trying to do what he can though.
There seems to be a lot of trades, but the next trade can shift the favor in either team.
Ana providing some consistent healing, but is she going to be able to get that sleep onto Winston? Winston into rage mode right now. Falling to Zen, Zen able to be eliminating to Ana.
Already having a beat right here. This is looking pretty bad for IIT. UCF does seem to have the support ult advantage coming up here. The Genji seems to be low. Will they be able to kill him? He's so low. He's so close to being dead.
Lucio IIT's Lucio trying to use the ult, but wasn't able to get it actually on. So, Bridget being the last person on the point is going to be falling here likely really soon here. Oh my gosh, he's so tanky. Look at this, 1v4. Reaper trying to use this ult, but deflected by the D.Va barrier is going to be probably leaving IIT scattered, staggered.
They do have a Hammond on point. We are coming back with the grab, but it looks like we won't be able to get there in time. This round will go to UCF.
Yeah, pretty consistent for just a lot of the harass is what's needed in that comp. You see the Bastion, you see the you see the Winston, you see the D.Va just able to move themselves wherever they need to, and then coupled with the Tracer, just like to support any side that doesn't have a shield up, is just IIT unfortunately not able to adapt quick enough to adjust themselves for that comp, unfortunately.
I think rather than running the jump, so with the whole dive thing from before, rather than running the Junkrat, they might have just wanted to run the Hanzo, because Junkrat probably wouldn't have had the LOS without directly peeking them. The Hanzo, on the other hand, could peek and shoot and try to build up an ult to get the Bastion off high ground at the very least, but they ran with the Junkrat instead, and Junkrat wasn't able to get that much value.
Sounds good. I'm going to be switching up the scores just a little bit right now to get it going. So UCF taking map 1 here, 1-0, able to get the past the third tick that IIT was not able to. So we're going to be moving on to Busan shortly. I'm going to try to see if I can add in the audios for Overwatch and Discord separately, as that's been leading to the problem. Okay. So just hold on a moment.
Yeah, so one thing to know, last round they were running three of their tank players at one time and only one of their support players, which I found pretty odd.
I think it's because they were running the goats, but I think either way they probably should have had a home medic in from the start, just having the what do you call it, the two support players ready, because Fox can't play the Lucio, Blade Banana can't play the what do you call it, the Brig, and then they could have someone else on Diva, but yeah.
All right, and I'm getting word too that B team has won due to a forfeit.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's actually a good thing too because they were facing like a GM team.
You hate to see that.
Yeah,
I can't get the windows to be separate. Dang it. I don't think I'm gonna get lucky on here, unfortunately. Sorry about that.
it's fine.
Yeah, that's. I'll have to try to see what I can do on the weekend, but make do. All right, jumping into Busan real quick. So this will be a control point objective. So there isn't really a. I guess I can take out the defense icon since that isn't actually technically true.
Bible, yeah.
So, all right, we are now into map 2 of 3 now. With
Right, so they're gonna be running a 3-2-1 comp here with the McCree, Rad, and the Reaper that we saw before.
yeah, I think IIT just having like an issue with game 1 with trying to get their DPS where they need it to be to provide the harass because their tanks initiated like really far away, and Anna's never gonna go past the backline, right? She has to always be the one consistent, providing so much consistent healing for them. So both teams meeting each other outside right at the start. Gumby's already soaking up a decent amount.
They're gonna be running the main here. Looks like it will be. It is gonna be a standard 2-2-2 comp with a Reaper and a main. All right, IIT is gonna need to back up here. They're gonna need to give him some space. They are gonna already have three people down. They're just gonna need to do a hard reset right away. If they stagger here, it could be devastating for the rest of the whole round.
So UCF capturing the point first, stopped by the May wall. So May being, I think this is the first, a lot of unique combinations that IIT has not been playing against. Reinhardt getting his Earth Shatter down, only to be able to capture the Lucio. Reaper does get him. So Fox trying to see what he can get, but the reply Earth Shatter from UCF is going to take down 3-4 members of IIT, and we're going to be looking at a team kill here pretty shortly. Reaper trying to chase out the last remaining member. IIT, Milton trying to hold on where he can, but that's just going to be slowing them down. And now the Reinhardt being trapped behind the May wall is going to be isolated again, and continues to waste down the timer for IIT.
I think it's really important to they're going on the top left side. I think they need to consider other options. It looks like they will be considering the right side, which is what I would have recommended myself.
The Hanzo coming out now as well on the Bladed Banana, so going to be trying to keep an eye out of that. They're going to be able to get there, but no Dragon Blade is going to be able to get any members, but using the May ult to try to stop the initial assault and leaving the 2 snipers alone as Dario and this just get instantly rushed. So ult economy being pretty well distributed for UCF, so they only used the May ult, I believe, to counter that.
They use grab too, so they use grab and Mayo, but
Grab
they're
and
doing well.
Okay.
Yeah, they're doing well at staggering their ult, so that don't stack too many at once. And now it's just going to depend on whether or not IIT can actually.
So IIT here going for the top right approach. The grab only capturing 2 members of IIT. 3 members as Zarya's left here isolated in the 1v4 situation. Reinhardt trying to go in for his charge, but they're fighting right inside. But IIT, I don't think, wins this fight, unfortunately. So the snipers again left back all the way, unfortunately. And
The enemy Ana always does seem to have her nano on with her. This is going to be important, just trying to deny that as much as possible. Something hard to actually counterplay, but there's something that they're going to need to identify. The nano does seem to be keeping people alive a lot. They generally seem to be using it more for keeping people alive rather than actually getting some damage off of it. The enemy Ryan going down, this is going to be very important. They have to save our own Ryan. Fox coming in here with a death boss, but he's only able to get one before getting headshot by the main. Alright, the grab gets two, but even though it's only two, it seems to be the two most important people to get right now. The first round will go to UCF right here.
Yeah, a lot, definitely some noticeable mistakes with IIT in terms of how they staggered. So they staggered their respawn time. So like you saw the Reinhardt get isolated, and then having to regroup and try to like wait until the Ana getting picked out last, right? So that just continues to whittle down the timer for the point. I think IIT, unfortunately, the trying to focus down on those specific healers and DPS is proving like too costly for them. So trying to see if they can maybe have a better frontline composition to be able to take down that, to get through those shields first. So it's going to likely be the winning condition, I think, for IIT if they want to be able to try to take on to a game 3.
Yeah, they will be running the triple support here, but without the Lucio, I'm not really sure if that's going to work out. The team composition is going to be very slow, especially because they're running team 2. So it might be a lot of damage, might be a lot of sustain, but might not be a lot of movement.
So IIT here approaching onto the left side here. Interesting to see that there is a Pharah on UCF, so it's changing things a little bit. But already IIT's backline being taken out systematically. Pharah just producing so much splash damage. No answer for MoQ trying to contest. Gets taken out by the Pharah. Ana being left to her own. Gets a couple ticks on the Pharah, but she's able to concussion blast herself right out there, and UCF has already kind of taken command past this first gate, and IIT is forced to retreat for the first point.
Yeah, I think if they want to run this composition, they're going to have to run a Lucio. It's just going to be too hard without the movement. The enemy just has so much movement on them, and it is such a slow moving comp that they're just going to get pushed on right away, and then they're taken out.
IIT Zarya having some high energy, trying to see if they can get the shields down to do any consistent damage, but the front line is still keeping steady with all of their shields, and no answer for the Pharah harass that we have seen yet. But the first of the ults will be used, and used with the Reinhardt shatter for UCF is going to do a practically team clear here for UCF. So good answer back for them.
Yeah, so they are going to be approaching 50% here. If they don't win this next fight, it is probably going to go into one-fight territory. IIT is coming up with 4 ults here.
The Bladed Banana switching over to Widowmaker now?
No, to
Soldier now, okay.
Yes. So they're going to be really trying to get this far. The far is zoning them out a lot. Well, they seem to have not the brig anymore, so
Pharah instantly taken away though from the good catch on the MoQ. That will be 2 members now. Replied with Zarya's ult, trying to see what she can get. That's a really good capture. UCF left alone here in the point, and that will be the Lucio left remaining. IIT will likely be able to capture those first points, and good reply back to be able to use, but a lot of ults, a lot of expensive ults being taken in, for IIT there. So closest ult coming up will be Zenyatta, which will be crucial to be able to try to see if they can retain the point. But UCF going to be replying back with 3 ults that they have available, with Genji, with the Nano Blade possibly coming up.
Yeah, even though they have that chance, that Nano Blade is going to be...
Reinhardt and Zarya being the first ones to fall onto the point for UCF as they try to contest the point. Good flashbang from the McCree is going to be able to stun him, but unfortunately no reply back to shoot him down. Zenyatta using his ult from the Straco. McCree using his ult, trying to see if he can get a pick. UCF waiting in the sides, trying to see if they can get anyone, but walks right into the McCree and instantly reply back. But the soldier, but with the Genji going in, trying to get their healers, it's going to be leaving Bladed Banana on his own. Is able to withstand the Genji ult. Good play on him. IIT still maintaining a decent hold on here, but getting a little bit of isolation there is going to be able to unfortunately take out the Zarya. Soldier replying with his as well, but a lot of high energy Zarya is going to be able to take him down, and UCF recaptures the point, taking down both Ana and the Soldier. Going to be wasting a little bit more time.
They're already in one-fight territory. IIT is going to need to win this fight fast as they approach 90%. So it is looking pretty rough for IIT right here. They're going to need to try to ground to ult.
IIT trying to use the point, but coupled with the Reinhardt and the Zarya ults already takes out 2 members of IIT. Genji trying to going for a 1v1 condition against Ana, but unfortunately Central Florida will be taking that. And that'll leave Central Florida here with the victory here today for the national match with a 2-0 win on IIT. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think generally a lot of issues for IIT were a lot of what had to do with compositions and well, not as much fundamental stuff, but more so compositions. The ult economy was okay, but they're running stuff like triple support without the Lucio when the enemy team has the Pharah. I can understand why they want to do it because the Zen can be so powerful, but you also have to consider when the enemy team is running the Lucio, when the enemy team is running the Pharah, and you don't have that movement yourself, you're just gonna get zoned out. You're just gonna get pushed out right away, and it's gonna take you out immediately.
Oh, I realized I got the score wrong. It was IIT winning 2-0. We're going to go back to the map lobby here, change that score really quick. Uh, why do I have all of these scores are all wrong? Dang it. Alrighty. So that'll be University of Central Florida taking the win here today on week 3 of the Overwatch Collegiate Championship National League with a pretty convincing stomp on IIT today, winning 1-0, 2-0 on UCF. So, uh, yeah, in terms of what you were saying, Asim, I'm definitely in agreement. I think in terms of necessarily mechanics, that wasn't really the issue that I seem to be commenting on. It seemed like IIT's reactions were where they needed to be. I just don't think that their team composition, their team movement was where they needed to be. So I saw, especially on the second point for Busan, is that like um, the tanks got isolated so far to the point that they had to Zarya was playing on the left palace and then the soldier and the Ana were all the way on the other side behind. So like they're not able to reach Zarya as she's even though she's high energy and just gets isolated for a 1v3 fight though. Um, in terms of UCF, really good stuff that I saw from their tank line. I really think that they got their tanks to respond accordingly. So seeing a lot of versatility where they had their Reinhardt Zarya combination here in Busan. They had the Winston able to just consistently stay alive, always just providing so much harass for IIT's backline that they just weren't able to kill him. Unfortunately, first off.
Yeah.
In terms of damage, it's not just like straight. It's not what the typical damage sources that you see in terms of like in the ranked games. We saw the May come out. We saw the Reaper. Slightly unconventional picks, used in a purely ranked setting, but still working out in favor for UCF today. Anything else to add, Zen?
Um, Not entirely. The only thing I had to say, so they seem to be running a 3-2-1 combo a lot, which is fine. But I kind of, I think I would have liked to see more of like standard goats from them. I do understand that they were informed that UCF did run a very good goats themselves, but I think the biggest issue was that there was so much value coming out from the Ana and stuff that they kind of needed the defense matrix, and they what do you call it? They needed that diva for that contention. Um, but they were running 3-2-1 around. They were relying too much on the Reaper, and I understand Reaper got buffed, but there is a lot to consider when you're running like Reaper got buffed a lot, but a lot of his issues still apply. And with the composition that the enemy team was running, and with their coordination, the Reaper wasn't working out too much. So I think I would have liked to see more of like a regular standard coach rather than like a 3-2-1 with Reaper.
Sounds good. Yeah, I think IIT definitely now facing their first loss in the National League definitely has a lot of points that they need to be improving on after facing UCF here. So um, as we're going to be moving on later today, I believe that they will be having their regional league against Michigan Tech, their gold team. So we'll see if we can get a stream for that. I'm not too certain based off of the availability that I have, but I think that will do it for today's stream for IIT against UCF. Um, for those that are watching, be sure to follow Illinois Tech Esports on Twitter. We have Facebook, we've got a Discord, all of that good social media stuff is all the way down in our Twitch bios down on the bottom. So appreciate those follows, appreciate those likes. We try to make sure that we can push the content out where we can, uploading onto our YouTube channels now for these games and trying to get these players, noticed inside the community besides just within their team. So next week will be week 4, so there will be second to last week, I think, for the Overwatch National League, as the Sim was saying. But I think that's going to be doing it for us today. So thanks for watching.
Yeah, it's been good. We'll see what happens during the second match. Hopefully, they learn a lot from this match, and it is also good to know that like the teams that they are facing are a little bit higher than them in SR by I want to say by about like 400, 500 SRs. So they are a bit higher. It's just unfortunate that it did end up being a
Enough
so
for a tier, yeah, enough for a tier. And the thing is, like when it comes to ranking, like it's not really up in a 6v6 where everyone knows each other. Like the ranking isn't as applicable, right? So,
right.
but still, yeah, definitely UCF coming out here on top in both in terms of team play, individual gameplay, and whatnot. So, GG's to UCF. Best of luck to them as they move forward in the National League. I believe they're undefeated now too. So, uh, that'll do it for us today. And appreciate everyone stopping by and thanks for watching.
Yeah. Or have a good night.
Have a good night.